Hello, I'm Tasha Wilson, and I'm the founder of Boosting Black Business. And this month, January of 2021, we're going to start off a little different. So, to me, this is the epitome of Black business, and that is education for our children. And today, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And they are from Kingsway Preparatory School here in Evanston. And if you, ladies and gent, would like to introduce yourself, that would be awesome.
All right. Well, I am Tamar Hadaway, and I am the principal and founder of Kingsway Preparatory School.
I am Tracy Brown. I'm a teacher here, and I'm also a founding board member.
Hello, I'm Michael Stewart. I am a founding member of Kingsway Prep. I'm also responsible for curriculum and development. I'm also a 2020 recipient of the Golden Apple Excellence in Teaching Award.
Hey. So I need to know, what is Kingsway Preparatory School?
All right, so we are a pre-K through 5 program based in Evanston, and in fact, specifically our house is in the Family Focus building, which was once the foster school, which has so much symbolism there. And we are here just being present for the next generation and making sure that we are preparing them to succeed in all aspects of life.
Where did the idea for Kingsway start?
I think a big part of the reason Kingsway started was we were seeing children in the community, and we were interacting with them. They were engaging, bright, they were creative. And we keep hearing these reports and seeing these reports that are saying these children are not performing academically. They are not able to keep up with their peers. And really the question came up, why? We've seen these children. We know these children. We worked with them. They definitely have the potential. So what's happening in these schools? And all of us having worked in education, we kind of came to the conclusion that we can do something about that.
One of the things too that really pushed us was we also had parents who were coming and saying, look, we are looking for something different in education, a place where their children would see teachers who look like them, that they would see teachers who were going to be encouraging them to achieve. And so that's a big part of why we're here. And that partnership for us is really important, that homeschool partnership.
I think additionally too is just the need to focus on early childhood education. We understand just the implication of kids being ready for school. And I remember we deliberating, about like what should the focus be. And most of the conversation was all about we have to get our kids ready for school. So we have to focus on the young ones. There are enough statistics out there about like learning gaps or achievement levels, specifically in the area of vocabulary. And we're trying to basically reconcile the fact that our kids are so verbose, right? But they struggle with this language deficiency in school. So again, it goes back to that idea of culturally relevant. We know that our kids are capable. So how do we provide a space that really responds to their uniqueness? Excuse me.
That's wonderful. So what's the mission? Do you have like a mission statement, and what do you stand for? What are we trying to do here at Kingsway?
That we do have a mission statement, but ultimately I think our mission is to make sure that our children are receiving the same education, the same opportunities as their peers. And I think too that we're in a unique position to provide that to them because of our experiences, because of the knowledge that we have, the cultural knowledge and the academic knowledge.
I think it's very important that we find out and hold people who are educating our kids responsible, right? I think it's very important to find out what is really happening with our kids in Evanston schools. There's a lot of research out there that shows that even though most of the Evanston schools are doing really well, right? However, that's not translating to the Black and brown kids in Evanston. I think it's very important that we hold people accountable.
Right now, Kingsway is over at Family Focus, which is an important building to us historically, currently. we hear the debate about there's no school in this, in the fifth ward. And I'm thinking, oh, there's a school in the fifth ward. And I need people to pay attention to it because they are pushing out brilliance and it's being ignored, in my opinion. So can you explain to me why it's important to be there, and is it important for it to stay there?
Goodness, I think one of the things and that really touched me, we had a parent one year who came in, and we're now on the second level of family focus, and we were on the first floor then, and she came in and she was like, this was my kindergarten classroom. And that, to me, all the feels and the uncle who had been there, and just that connection there, and to be able to be here and provide that space and know that that argument had been there, that discussion had been there over years. We want this school in the fifth ward. We want this school, but it always just stopped. It always just kept being there, just a conversation, and there was no action. And so we were just like, we're done. We're just going to go forward and we're going to do something, because clearly this is something that is needed in our community. We want to change the stories that come out of our community. Yeah. We want, and that's why we even call our children royals. And as far as why we are here, we want them to see themselves a certain way. It's not about what society says you are. It's not how society labels you. They don't let anyone else put limits on you.
How do you do it? Like, how do you just, like everyone's like, oh, we can't control the kids. They're calling the police on 6-year-olds. We can't. How do you do it?
I think a lot of it has to do with the mindset, right? We believe strongly that our students can learn, right? And we also believe that not only is education a great equalizer, but the teachers are quite pivotal. And once you establish relationships with not only the students, with the families, and even to connect, right, with the curriculum, right? A lot of the managing problems, the misbehaving, the low achievement, all of that stuff will go away. And not completely, but at the same time, we won't struggle as other institutions are struggling because of our mindset. We see these kids as our own children, right? We see these parents not only just as parents that we're providing a service to, we also see them as family members.
And I want you guys to know that I came to a graduation, I think 2 years ago, and my goddaughter, Emerson, graduated. And I know I love it, me. She graduated, and I could not believe my eyes. I mean, I couldn't believe how you all managed to get these babies. I mean, 5, 4, 6 years old to push through. I mean, of course, they're being kids. They're a little distracted. You ask them a question, they're right back to you, back to being distracted. Here's my answer. And I just thought, they're kids, but they're brilliant. And that is like, you don't see it all the time, or you don't see it in unity. It's always like, oh, I know the smart kid, but it was a stage full of them. And I was just amazed. And so with that, we've invited some other guests to say hi. And so we're going to let them in.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Hey. Who are you?
Kaylee.
Hey, you're a Kaylee bear.
Hi.
And young man, what's your name?
Raiden.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And we have another baby coming on in.
Oh, hi, Jameson. What's up, Jameson? You gotta focus on this right now.
Hi.
Good to see you all.
So I was going to ask you all from Kingsway, like some parent feedback, but we have some parents here.
Kingsway is the answer to a prayer for me, because public school does not educate our children in the way they need to be educated. They tend not to meet them where they are. They tend to have preconceived expectations when they get there, and they don't encourage them to be themselves. They don't encourage them to be who they are. They are concerned about testing scores and getting through a curriculum that was not geared for our children in the first place. The warmth that they get, the firmness that they get, the fairness that they get there, they cannot get in a public school. And so whatever needs to be done to keep Kingsway afloat, I'm on board and ready to go.
I second Miss Foltz's her critique of Kingsway and Miss Hathaway and Miss Brown and the rest of the crew, because it has been the best thing that has happened to us, and we are just so happy. Rating came back, and it just he just blossomed, and it was. I'm sorry, I'm not even on camera. I'm sorry. He blossomed and did a wonderful job.
Just going to add that so Kingsway, even though it caters to like our Black and Brown community, it is a very diverse school. Like, it's not limited to only Black history. Like, Kaylee comes home, she says some Spanish words, she says some other things that I have no clue. She actually used big words sometimes that I'm like, wait, where did you learn that? And so I feel like, because Kingsways offer the opportunity for preschoolers to share classrooms with older kids, they get to learn things from them as well.
So we have the babies here. I don't want them to get too restless because Zoom is just,
Okay, let's try it. But you are
a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of Him. His called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. 1 Peter 2 and 9.
Can you tell me what Boosting Black Business can do for Kingsway?
Yeah, I think this is an awesome opportunity for people to know more about or to actually be aware of Kingsway's presence. I think you mentioned that before, people saying, hey, there's no school in the 5th Ward. And for us now to be at that place where we can say, yes, here we are here, and this is what we're doing. But we'd like to grow and to to impact more students, our larger community. And so ways to do that: one, we need additional staffing. We will need additional staffing as we grow. We would also like more space in our own space, certainly something that we desire. And one of the things that has happened because of COVID, a lot of our time has been spent outside doing outdoor learning. And so to be able to build that aspect of our curriculum would be great. So that's something that we would like assistance with. So those 3 areas, our outdoor learning, so our curriculum initiatives, our staffing, and space are 3 things that we in need of.
Wonderful. And where can we find you on the internet?
Well, you can find us at kingswayprep.org. That is our website. And also on Facebook at to keep up with daily happenings at Kingsway Evanston.
Thank you so much for joining me. The parents, thank you guys last minute for coming through. They were like, we're going to be there. Don't you worry. Because this is important. This is Black business. To see our kids, ahead of the game, when the things that I saw these young folks understand and know at 5 and 6 years old that I didn't learn until I was in 3rd grade is amazing to me. So I know what this school is capable of, and I need the community to step up and do their part to make sure we have something that is real finally, instead of this bickering back and forth about, equity, inclusion. All those things are important. But right now, there's literally something in effect moving. And I think we need to support that.
Okay, we're going to say, we are royals. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We are royals. Good. Great. That was
Well, thank you, royals. You guys were great. Thank you for coming to help us all out, so we can make Kingsway great for you and kids. When you get older, you'll see the kids younger than you at Kingsway. So
thank you so much for having us. We are so grateful that you chose to highlight this business. We really, really have a goal. And this is really going to help us along the way.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
bye.
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 Thank you.